Hello, thank you for tuning into this week's reads. This is James13 Wicca on YouTube, just in case you're wondering where the video came from. The main part of the read, I'm going to use the Thelema Tarot. And where's the name? I thought there was a name who created it on here. Just completely blanked. Renata Lechner. It's on here on this side, I believe. And if you want to find this deck, there's the website loscarabeo.com, LOSCARABEO.com. Feel free to check that out if you're interested. For the tarot, for the oracle cards, magical spell cards by Lucy Cavendish, illustrated by Jesse Reish, and at the bottom there's hayhouse.com. Feel free to check that out if you're interested. And I use dice. I use a 21-sided dice, which does omit the 0, but that's what I use for the major arcana. I use a 14-sided dice for the minor arcana, and a 4-sided dice to pick the suit. I want to say that the bigger dice came with this. Tom Anders, hopefully it's there. I want to say it's impactminiatures.com. There's this on the back too, if that's easier for you to use. Feel free to use that. And for the smaller dice, the 14-sided one, it's Math Art Fun, if I can get this behind there. mathartfun.com, if you're interested to find that. And the little pink one I use is, I think it's from Amazon. I've had it for years. Alright, so that's what we have for that. Of course, if you'd like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you for watching, and now on to your read. Hello, Libra. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for when you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Libra? Ooh, we like what's starting. Let's go a little farther. Okay. I'm looking at this one card and I'm like, what's going on with you, man? Okay, so let me put up the oracle cards. You got some good cards here. You got the Knight of Cups, you got the Four of Swords is healing. You actually do have the Lover's card here, which we have to see how that's going to come in. Okay, so prosperity. We're going towards the prosperity, but can we create it? Prosperity and something you actually want, something that brings in that energy, that passion. Literally, it says passion there. How do we get there? This has to do with something or someone that I don't feel like they're a fan of yours at the moment. Sometimes the Devil card can talk about Capricorn energy. Either way, it's very earth-oriented. Usually very strong with boundaries and very severe about people crossing said boundaries. So whatever the situation is, it might be very restricting for you. Even though the card creativity is here, I feel like we're getting creative with the boundaries. It's kind of like, like when I was growing up, kids could do a lot of things and not get caught. Nowadays, there's a lot of different ways for parents to watch kids and find out what they're actually doing. So it's almost like creative with keeping things under control. It feels like if I was a kid nowadays, half the stuff that happened when I was a kid wouldn't happen anymore. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Whatever this situation is, I feel like you're trying to work with it because it's kind of like you've been doing your best with it for this long. It just never seems to move you ahead like you want it to. But you try to do the best you can with it. And you're like, all right, that's a boundary. All right, let's do that. Or this is a boundary. But it seems to be more restrictive for you. It's like somebody's like restricting you. It does feel like more, these boundaries are more manipulation. So it's kind of like there's good boundaries like, don't go over in this part of the yard because there's ground bees and we don't want you to get stung. So the boundary is don't cross that. Don't cross over past this tree because that's where the ground bees are. Don't go there. Good boundary. We like that boundary. We don't want to get stung by ground bees. They hurt. Versus kind of like, you know what? Other people can, use this clay to make a figure that they want, but not you. You can make a bowl, and that's your boundary. You're only allowed to make bowls with this clay. Other people can make figures, but you can only make a bowl. That's a boundary that's not so fair. That's kind of like, that's not right. And I feel like this is what we're dealing with, like boundaries that make sense versus boundaries that are just looking to control you. I really think that, because I do feel like you're being overly restricted unnecessarily. But then we still have the devil card here, which if you cross those boundaries, it's still going to be very nasty. The question is there a way to get past this block? And they're saying let go. Let go of the planning process. You're trying to think of it long term. You're trying to decide, if I do this, is that going to make sense? If I go over here and stay there, is that going to make sense? If I just do the bowls, if I just do bowls, will they leave me alone? But then it's going to be like, all right, oh, well, Libra, I know you made a bowl, but you made it too big. Or then, oh, wait, no, this one's too small. And actually, all these bowls needed spouts, and you didn't put spouts on them. And they need handles, too. You didn't do that right. Or vice versa, you put spouts or you put handles, and like, no, that's not the type of bowl we want. Nope, you're wrong. No matter what you do, it seems like they're trying to control you. Let go of the boundaries. How are you supposed to do that? I keep getting letting go of the boundaries. Letting go of the boundaries, or letting go of planning for the boundaries. I'm going to stay. All right. The Hierophant, half in, half out. And then the Three of Swords. All right, so this situation... All right. I get that this part, it seems like it's already stacked against you. That's heavy, right? That's heavy. But there's something else you can have. It's kind of like, maybe we need to kind of like redesign this in a way that works for you. So if this is already stacked against you, realizing no matter what you do, they're going to find fault with it. The guidance is to like not worry about it. If you want to make a figure, make the figure. You know what I mean? If you want to make this bowl the way you want to make the bowl, don't worry about it. Because I feel like no matter what it is, just keep going with it. Don't worry about it. Don't overinvest in the outcome. Because I'm like, I don't know. I don't feel like I feel like when I said, make the figure if you want the figure, I don't feel like that would be a realistic option for Libra. I feel like what they're saying is like, they say you can only make bowls, just make the bowls. If they don't like them, remake them the way they tell you to. Don't get over invested in the outcome. Keep doing what you're supposed to do. Make sure that you don't play the game. All right, I can only do bowls. I'll just do bowls, and I just do it. Oh, they can't be this color. Okay, I won't use that color anymore. Oh, you can't have spouts. Okay, I won't put spouts anymore. Oh, you need to have handles. Okay, I'll put handles on. Oh, those are not the right type of handles. All right, I'll do the handles they want. Just keep rolling with it. Don't overthink it. Don't let it get under your skin if you can help it. This is not a permanent solution, but things will change. How are things going to change? Is a great question. Because I'm like, how are things going to change? You have an ally coming in. Do you? You got the Knight of Cups showing up. So the Page of Cups and somebody's going to cross a boundary. Somebody, like the person trying to restrict you, I feel like they're going to cross somebody else's boundary. When that happens, and the Lover's card can talk about Gemini. It doesn't mean you're dealing with a Gemini, but this is somebody who can see a lot of different angles. There's also somebody who's probably an ally to you. The Lover's card can go a lot of different ways in a reading, but I'm getting this as something really good. Somebody seeing something that other people don't. Somebody rushing in to change things. When this person I feel like this is the person that gets their boundary crossed by whoever the devil is representing for you. When that happens, this is going to change everything. This is going to change everything because this person, when their boundaries are crossed, They've had it. They've had it, and there's a lot of energy coming in with this. And I know it's the Lovers card, but like I keep like it's dealing with the Devil card. So I feel like this energy with that Queen of Wands and the Gemini energy or the Lovers card energy, they're messing with this person. They're making this person regret the day they were born is what I'm getting. But hey, roll with it. When this is happening and this person's all caught up in appeasing this other person, when the devil is trying to appease somebody else, that's gonna like really kind of back things off from you. The pressure is gonna lessen on you. You're gonna be doing a lot better. Just keep doing what you want. Don't overthink it. Just keep going. I'm getting that all of a sudden this devil card, which the devil, that's interesting in your reading because I'm just getting this as somebody who's just kind of playing it to their advantage in the moment. All of a sudden they want to get along with you. All of a sudden they want you to help them. Because for whatever reason, they seem to think you can find a way for them to get out of this problem. They want to get along with you now. Now they want to be buddies. Do not forget how they've been treating you. Be sure of that. Play nice, of course, but this is your moment to change things. And it starts with a very small step, is what I'm getting. Remember, the Ace of Pentacles was here at the top. It's weird that this is like politics makes strange bedfellows is what I'm getting. It goes a really weird way, but this is your moment to start the Ace of Pentacles. It's a small start, it's a slow start, but this is where you can start realigning this to your advantage. Be careful of this energy. You can't trust it. It doesn't have to talk about Capricorn energy, but I'm getting, especially it's the devil. The devil's here for them, not for you. Be careful. I do feel like you're probably going to try to help them to get along with them better, but don't trust this. Not that you naturally would, but like I feel like they're trying to suck you in with some false promises. Don't believe those promises. Don't fight them, but don't trust those promises. So how are things changing for you in the future? Small steps. I understand it's small steps. But it's like, don't let yourself be reconfined in those old chains, those old restrictions, those old cages, whatever those boundaries were. Don't let that happen. Start inching your way forward where you want. While there's no attention on you, because I feel like there's not, take advantage of that. I know that may sound strange, but I get that you're being manipulated here. And people are, whoever this person is, it could be people, but whoever this is, they're just trying to control you. They're purposely trying to make things difficult for you. Do what you want to do while they're not paying attention. Just don't bring attention to yourself. Just do what you need to do. Keep it to yourself too. Be very careful. Don't talk about it. Just keep doing what you need to do. Keep moving forward. I get the Six of Wands, which is a success card, slowly starting to show up. I get the Sun card slowly starting to show up. What they're saying, do not go back to the way things were. Because I feel like with the Seven of Pentacles, that's like something's in process, something needs time to grow. I'm getting don't go back to the way things were, because don't put yourself back 3 spaces when you don't need to. Move things forward the way you want to do them, and just keep it to yourself. And just, don't call attention to it. Do what you have to do to keep moving forward. That's where I feel like there's going to be this weird moment. If this is a job situation, I feel like there's going to be this weird moment if you take that path where this person is kind of like, they're going to be at this point where they're going to give you a really hard time about that, where it's kind of like you're clearly not fitting in where they want you to. It does seem to open other opportunities unexpectedly. How does that happen? The Sun card, it seems like it might be more of a dark blessing. This is going to open doors for you. You're going to be more self-sufficient. They're going to complain about you in a way that I feel like they're going to say you're not suited to work with them, or you're not suited to be around them. I feel like they ironically go a little too far, and this opens a different door for you. New possibilities. Somebody else says, well, I know Libra isn't working for you, devil, but Libra would work for me. And this possibility comes in, and it's like, Libra, if you want it, you can come over here with me, because I think you could do this better. I don't think you fit there, but I don't think you need to fit there. You could fit here. Unexpected change. And if this is a work situation, it's very ironic because it's almost like, say you had this manager that's just a nightmare for you, and then finally after all this is there, and you have to like they're saying you did all this wrong, and they're like, they're not going to take the blame for it, so they throw you under the bus, and then you're like, they didn't give me any direction. I tried to do the best I could, and they're saying I don't fit there, and it's like if you were in HR, for example, they're like, well, we don't think you really did anything wrong, but clearly the manager you've been working with doesn't want to work with you anymore. How about we move you to a different team? Something like that. It's just kind of like I wasn't expecting that, or I didn't think that would be an option. Although, just to be fair, sometimes options aren't options until somebody else presents them, if that makes sense. Somebody won't give you an option unless they feel like they're in the power position to give you the option. If you ask for it, they'd be like, no, absolutely not. But if they're in the mood where they want to offer, then they'll let you move forward. It's sometimes it works like that. I'm not saying that's right or fair, but I feel like that's what's happening with this situation. If you hold on, that opportunity shows up. It's totally not expected. And Libra can see a lot, but like I feel like I wasn't expecting things to go that way at all. I keep looking at it like, really? That's going to happen that way? That's what I'm getting. Kind of like, especially if it's a job situation, and it doesn't have to be. That's just the analogy. It's kind of like, I thought they were going to fire me. They don't want to fire me. They want to move me to a different team to see if I actually work out there. And this is like, yes, you're going to have a lot of healing there, a whole new fresh beginning there. Leave the devil behind you, by the way, if that happens. Leave the devil behind you. What I mean by that is like, as much as you can, don't even acknowledge that they exist. Like, not in a negative way, like devil who? What are you talking about? I don't know. I used to work with the devil. Are you sure? What? Like, we don't want to go that far. We don't want to be like dramatic in that sense, but like, if you don't have to talk about the devil, don't talk about the devil. If somebody's like, oh, did you work? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I used to work over there, but not anymore. Hey, actually, you know what I am doing? And then just switch the subject. Just switch the subject to something that you want to talk about. Don't talk about the devil. Because I feel like people are going to try to snare you in to get you to talk about the devil. Don't talk about the devil. Leave the devil in the past as much as you can. Just leave it there. People know what the devil's like. Don't get sucked into that. Center on what you want. Kind of like, oh, yeah, I did that, but it was what it was. Hey, what I'm doing now is this over here. Can you tell me more about this? Ask questions, get them talking about themselves. Do what you got to do. Libra is very smart in that sense. Don't talk about that. Don't go there. Not unless you have to, unless somebody's really like, they're like, well, you need to talk about this. Well, if you have to, then you have to. But if you can't avoid it, don't. Because I feel if you can't avoid it, don't talk about it. I didn't finish that sentence. Because I feel like we don't want to be pulled back towards that. Let that be somebody else's problem. I don't feel like this is like completely lost on people, that this person is a problem. It doesn't have to be your responsibility. They know what they need to deal with. That's their problem. Let it be their problem. If you keep talking about it, if you keep that energy alive, it won't leave you, and you might end up dealing with something you really didn't want to begin with. Just keep that in mind. Keep that out as much as you can. All right, I think we're there. I'm going to shut this down here. Hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com, james4astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.